Good evening, ma'am.
Hi, good evening. How are you, Raj?
I'm fine, thanks. And how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Today, I've worn your glasses. You look like
Yeah,
a scholar.
sorry, I didn't hear.
You look like a scholar. Scholar.
Oh, really? Uh-huh.
Yes. Okay. So it's been a long time. So today it's 25 minutes, right?
Yeah, of
25.
course. Yeah, it's a new subscription.
You've renewed your
So,
subscription. Good.
yeah, after 100 sessions, I have taken this. Till 100, it was 15 minutes.
Okay.
So,
All
I'm
right.
trying to push my boundaries now.
All right. Okay. Now, do you have any questions for me before I begin today's session?
Uh, like, I was, I have been working on this, and I'm unable to catch whether I'm producing it right or not. SH sound. Is it sure or is it sir?
Which sound? What sound? In which
S
word?
SH in shape
Sure,
or
sure. Sure
yeah,
sound. Can you give me a
yeah.
few words that you're struggling with?
Like institution.
Institution.
Uh,
Institution. Yes,
was it correct?
institution was almost correct.
Oh,
Institution. Yeah.
yeah. Okay,
What
we
else?
can move on.
Okay, so that's fine. All right, so today it's a very interesting topic, strange light in the sky. So I'll just ask you some warm-up questions and as usual, some general questions too. Okay, then we'll do
Yeah.
an activity. Light, light. Okay. So, what is light for you?
Okay. Uh,
What is light for you? So, it's not the light that you get from the bulb, or you have the light in front
yes,
of you.
of course, of
Ring
course,
light.
of course.
Ring light
That's
is there.
why I'm taking some time that
Okay.
how should I articulate it?
Yes. So, just think about it. What is light for
Yeah.
you? So, I'm asking you something very personal. What is light for you?
So if I talk about the light, that's something that could bring some brightness in my life.
Okay.
Uh, it could be anything that helps me to improve myself. And
Okay.
yes, if something is there that helps me to improve myself, and that is bringing some brightness in my life, that is light for me.
Okay. Good. Very
For
good.
example, yeah. For
Yeah.
example, right now, Clapingo is light for me.
Okay. That's great. Clapping will be very happy. We are happy.
Yeah.
Okay. So, can you mention any person, a particular person who's brought light or ignited a spark in you in the past? There'll be a lot of people, but at least one person who was a ray of light for you during darkness, during times of darkness.
Okay. So, of course, there are so many, but if I talk about the person in my network, then I would go for my brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
And I mean, the way he used to think and the way he used to live his life, that shaped my thought process as well.
Okay.
And like he was a very good speaker of both the language, English and French.
All right.
So, and after doing so many works, like first he worked on English. Before that, he he was like a hooligan. Man, he wanted to join politics, and for that purpose, in village, he used to be friend with some or the other loafers of village. And from there, he just started working on his English. Then he went to Delhi. There he worked on his French and worked a lot. And suddenly he thought that he needs a break. And then he went to Rishikesh. He spent, uh, while going, he had told us that he will never come back. But in just 2 months, he came back, and then he has started an NGO, and he was working on that. But he worked for 2 years, maybe 2 or 3 years, and after that, uh, he passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry
Mm,
to hear that. Okay. Okay. I'm very sorry to hear that. Okay.
yeah,
Elder brother or younger brother?
elder.
Elder. Okay. All
Yeah,
right. Fine. So now coming to the next word, that is sunlight. Okay.
yeah.
Sunlight. So, of course, you must have learned about the sun, you must have read about the sun. Was there any particular instance in your life where you really observed the sunlight? Because every day you get it, you experience the sunlight. So, any particular time when you have observed the sunlight, you cannot look at the sun directly, but still, any particular time that you've really enjoyed the sunlight or looked at the sunlight and thought about something else? Any such thing?
Like either early morning or in the
Yes,
evening,
anytime,
I have
anytime.
enjoyed,
Yeah,
of course.
you've
Like
enjoyed.
in both time, I have enjoyed.
Okay.
And if I talk about the evening, the one song comes to my mind that sung by Mukesh Saab, "Kahin din
Okay.
jab din ढल जाए."
Okay. All
And
right. Yeah.
it's like early morning when I used to exercise properly or I used to go to play cricket. Uh, Most often I used to enjoy the sun. And like
Okay.
recently, I have started early morning walk again. And
Okay.
last few days, it's like watching early morning the sun with your even with your bare eyes. It is a possibility to watch, and I have watched it. So like I have been watching it for past 2 or 3 days regularly, and it is most enjoying experience.
It's an enjoyable experience.
Yeah, enjoyable. Sorry.
Enjoyable experience. That's correct. Early morning sunrise and even the evening. It's very mild at the same time, very beautiful also to
Yeah.
watch. You can afford to watch because it's less, the intensity is less. That's great. Okay, now coming to the next part of the question, we have to visualize. Okay, just imagine a lot of things and give me the answer. All right.
Okay.
So this is something from the session document itself. Like when you're walking, when you're having a stroll down the street, if you come across a funny machine or something like a small aircraft or something like that, and somebody comes out, funny looking monsters because you haven't seen them, something like aliens, and there is a light,
Yeah.
small ray of light. Yes, and they're telling you something. They're trying to communicate something, but you don't understand. So what will you do?
Yeah.
It's something that happens all of a sudden. So there's light, there's a funny looking saucer or something like that, and two people come out and they're trying to tell you something. So you don't know whether it's question or answer, whatever it is. So what will you do in such situation? Just imagine and tell me.
Like while I was going through the session notes, again I came across like the situation is something related with that movie, Hrithik Roshan movie, Jadoo,
Yes,
uh,
yes, yes,
Koi
yes.
Mil
Very,
Gaya.
very
And
much.
like if I talk about my previous version, maybe when I was teenager, uh, at this situation I might be scared, but
Okay.
now I hardly get scared of anything. So I would definitely try to interact with it. Like, what if
Very
they are trying to say, or if I can understand, if not understand, then what are the other ways in which I can interact? So I
okay.
would try to think about that, maybe
Yes.
with some or the other sign.
Okay. Okay. So when we think of the outer space, there are a lot of sources of energy and light. Sun
Yeah,
is just one giant star, or maybe there are bigger stars. There are bigger stars than the sun. So also we have read and heard about different people or kind of creatures living in other universe. We don't know, we're not sure of it. And even some experts claim that they have seen funny looking machines, people, going in the form of light up and down that are too fast. Like we cannot really understand, we don't understand as human beings, but there are certain signs of other people living in other universe, and that too, it's faster than light. For example, I came across one documentary where people saw, while they were flying an aircraft, a saucer shaped thing, good energy of light was produced and quickly disappeared. So it was
yeah.
as if one big saucer was flying up and down, and there was somebody there trying to track something, and quickly it vanished. So, what are your thoughts? Not about this particular incident. Do you really believe that there are other sources of people or other universe, something like that, where you really feel that we can connect with them, or there will be another individual like you in the other universe, something like that?
So, I mean, I cannot think of that. Maybe
Okay.
there would be some or the other things. And
Okay.
if I talk about the general people, like we won't be able to interact with that. We won't be able to even to understand that. Maybe the scientists, they are the one who can understand
Okay.
and who can give us the guidance that this kind of people are there, or this kind of things are there,
Okay.
with whom we can uh, interact in some or the other way. So
Okay.
I think that there might be some existence of these people or these
Okay.
things, but it is only the scientists who can guide us that how to interact with them.
Okay, great. So coming to Earth, planet Earth, Earth is a small planet in the solar system, but it's still very important and unique, okay,
Yeah.
because of life and a lot of things. So what are some of the things that fascinates you when you talk about Earth, apart from life, apart from the greenery, apart from the beauty of the planet? What are some of the things that you're curious about, or some of the things that you haven't got answer to when you think about the Earth? Still a mystery for you.
Okay. So this one is tough for me because I have never wondered this way, or I have never thought this way. Maybe
Okay.
I was poor in science, and like not only in science, maybe in all other subjects.
That's okay.
Okay,
You can
let's
just think
not talk
about
about that.
it. Okay.
Coming back to the question, the first thing, like we say that Earth is very small, and the
Mm.
social media has made it even smaller. Like we can interact with anyone, and
Okay.
yeah, yes. But coming back to the proper question, I would say that there are so many things, like how this volcano comes, like so many tsunamis and so many other things, that sometimes it comes on a particular date or
Yeah.
particular period of time. So
Hmm.
why is that we are unable to cope with them, even if we know that these are the particular times that we are going to face them, but we are unable to face when it actually occurs. So that is something I wonder sometimes.
Okay, great. Fine. So why we are not able to cope with it, and why we are
Yeah,
not able to sometimes predict it also, though we have a lot of equipments and technological things, but still coping up is it's a great question. It's a kind of rhetorical question. Why we are not able to cope with it, why we are not able to sometimes face it also. It's really challenging. Even now people are going through such phases.
yeah,
Yes, around the world. Okay, India has faced it several times, boldly, strangely,
yes, of
right?
course.
The whole nation tearfully also faced it. Yes. Okay, now coming to the next question. So there are a lot of questions connected with Earth, planet, human beings, things like that. What comes to your mind, or tell me something about human beings? Okay, it can be both positives, negatives, or whatever it is. Human being is a complex creation of the universe, complex yet beautiful. So compared to the other creatures, we can smile, we can think. Okay, we believe that we have got high intelligence, high IQ level, and things like that.
Yeah,
And some people also say that we are going to get extinct. Since the corona days, we are telling, I don't think human beings are going to survive for long. So when we look at the evolution of a human being, evolution of man, what are some of your observations?
uh, I mean, I cannot think about that way. I mean, what? But I have always been wondered, like if I talk
Wondering. I've
about the
always
human,
been wondering. I've always been wondering.
yeah, I have always been wondering that I mean the behavior of people, like
Okay.
so many crimes are there. People use, I mean, people do on regular basis. And why do they do all these things? Like even after knowing that, like we all know the ultimate truth. We are here for some period of time and then we are going to die for sure.
Yep.
So why not live it and enjoy it with everyone around, whether it's your friend or your family members or even a stranger? Why
Yeah.
not spread only happiness? Like
Mm.
why people indulge in all those things, like sometimes for power, sometimes for money. And this is the thing that, I mean, uh, that
This is of
uh,
major concern. This is something
yeah,
that
major
really
concern. Yes,
creates anxiety in you, and you are very curious to know about it also,
yes, of course.
right?
And
So,
sometimes it makes me feel that I should have read maybe psychology, because it's said that if you can read psychology, you can read the mind of people. But then also I feel sometimes like even the educated people are doing crimes. Like
yes,
the most, if I talk about the IS or IS officers, they are considered to be the most respected in our country. Like if you ask, oh, someone has become IS officer, top the exam, everyone is praising him or her. But later on, you come to know that some IS or some IPS officer indulged in corruption, and 200 crore, 500 crore has been
mm,
retrieved from their property or home or something like that thing. Listening to
yeah,
these things, I mean, I feel pathetic that how
mm,
can, if they have applied their mind, they worked that hard, they achieved
mm,
that much, and after that, how come they fall in the trap of doing such crimes?
okay, yes. So some of them are situational, some of them, sometimes people are helpless also, but still the question of why is there. Why do they
Yes,
do
of
that?
course.
Yeah. Okay.
Like if I talk about the particular situation, 2 or 3 days ago in Patna, their prospect teachers were doing some agitation, and there one ADM came and in the lathi charge of police, that ADM was hitting a person, and he was hitting him like very badly, even
Okay.
though the person had tricolor in his hand. So
Okay.
that made me think that look, he he is an ADM, and yet he does not know even to respect our tricolor. How come he become, or how come we accept that he is the most famous, I mean, intelligent, or he should be respected one?
Mm.
And why do we
Yeah.
think that way?
Okay, so action speaks, right? More than
Yeah.
words. Sometimes action speaks about people, right? Okay, so that's really something that we should think about. And people
Yeah.
should learn from others' mistakes. People should learn from others' deeds. Everybody is not the same, but there are people who are corrupted. There are people who
Yes,
fall in
of
the
course.
trap. Yes, there are people who even use the power in the best possible way. We have a lot of government officials who are really working hard from the bottom line for the society, though they don't get recognized. So, a lot of
Yes, of course, of course.
different types of people are there in all the fields, right? Okay. Now, I want you to
And
take a paper. Yeah, yeah. Go on.
like I have told it so many times
Yeah.
to other tutors as well, that I have been a pessimistic all through my life, only because of these things. That since when I have started observing things, I have observed only negative things around. Whether we talk about anything, if I talk about my family members, there are so much superstition, like
Okay.
do this, do that, don't do this, don't cut your nails on Thursday. I mean, so many other things, like a small, tiny things that has
Okay.
no logic at all. And like I told about the society, the negativity of the society. So because of that, I have been pessimistic. But now, like if ever since I have started working on my attitude, like how would I change it? How would
Okay.
I start talking with the strangers? So since
Okay.
then, I try to think the positive side of the
Good.
people. Like so many people are there who are working and who go unnoticed. For example, if there are 100 people and we say that 90 people are corrupt, then of course that 10 people are doing their job properly. And
Yes.
because, and look at the power of those 10 people that we are
Mm,
surviving.
exactly.
So
That is why we are surviving.
that
Correct.
is,
Good.
yeah, that is the positive side of thinking,
Yes.
maybe.
Yes. Yes. So it's like the universe or the belief that we have. The eternal power has designated a few people to prolong, to help other people survive on the planet. If everybody was corrupt, if everybody were to decide to be corrupted or to indulge in corruption, then this world would have really collapsed completely. It is collapsing,
Yeah,
and of course, one side of the world is collapsing, but still, as you rightly said, those 10 people, they are powerful. So if 10 people are shouting at you, and if there's one person who smiles at you, I think that is the power of a smile, the power of positivity, the power of the world going on, and things like that. Good.
yeah,
Okay. So we don't have much time, but still, can you take a paper quickly
yes,
and
of
write
course.
down these words? Yeah. So I'm going to just give you one, two, three, four, five words, and you're going to connect all these words and tell me something. Okay?
Yeah,
Like, for example, on knowledge, enlightenment, something connected with light. Light is connected to enlightenment, knowledge, even experience,
yeah,
everything. Okay. So the words are social media. These are the words that you gave me: social media,
yeah,
light, 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 unexpected, wonder, wondering, wonder, WONDER, wonder,
yeah,
and power. Social media, light, unexpected, wonder, power. Connect
yes.
all these words and tell me something connected with light. Like it can be experience, it can be enlightenment, it can be knowledge. So quickly connect these words.
Like, I have always wondered that how come we are able to connect with people across the globe with the help of this social media. And this is something unexpected, but yet it is a possibility in today's era. And it is the power of social media that if we connect with the people, positive people, or we look at the positive side of the people, we can enlighten not only ourselves but also the others. And
Okay.
there are so much to share. Like everyone is sharing his or her experience, and if we take the positive from there, we would certainly do great.
Okay. So if we take the positivity from them, if
Yeah,
we take the positivity from them, okay, that's correct. And sharing, it's share. Okay.
share. Yeah,
Pronunciation, share. Nice,
sharing.
very good flow, excellent. You quickly connected within seconds. So I'll give you the feedback, Raj. So compared to all the sessions that you have taken from with me, I feel you have developed confidence drastically. There's a drastic change in your confidence, in your body language. And one more thing is there's a lot of difference in the way you speak now. The tone has developed. There is more expression in the way you speak because you're feeling with the words. So when you feel with the
Yeah,
word, the communication gets better. There is still a long way to go, but still, whatever you're doing now, there's a lot of progress. There's confidence, there's comfortability also. The way you deal with each word, I can see that you're at ease with the language. Even when you talk about concepts like abstract concepts that cannot be articulated, you're at ease, you're comfortable, you're managing it. Not just managing, you're even able to convey it properly. So that's great. And I was particularly focusing on your tone. It is not monotonous anymore. There's a small change. There are ups and downs. You're asking questions in between, like, wondering
yeah,
how do they do it. So there is this up and rise and fall is there. So please keep practicing. Read aloud to yourself. record it in front of a camera, that will really work on intonation, voice modulation, and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what you
Thank
need
you.
to work on is sometimes the forms of words like positivity, hopelessness. Sometimes you have to change the form of the word according to the sentence, according to the
Yeah,
context.
yeah, right.
But very
Like,
minute. Yeah,
yes, of course. Like if I'm reading or I mean working on some word, I need to work on all the forms of that word.
exactly. Most of the forms, like decision
Yeah,
means decisiveness, deciding, such kind of words. So sometimes it happens subconsciously, but just focus, and I think you will be able to do it. So good, very good stress you're giving when you're speaking. Intonation is getting better, though you have a long way to go, and you are also taking time to give clarity on your thought, which is very good.
yeah,
All right, good. Okay.
yeah. Thank you.
So, any
And
doubts before
yes,
we end?
no doubt. Of course, it was lovely session. Once again, it
Okay.
was pleasure talking to you as always.
Same here. Same here. Nice, nice talking to you. And thank you so much for sharing many things from your life.
Yeah.
Bye bye. Take
Thank
care.
you and bye. Take care. We'll see you
Bye.
again.
Yes. Bye bye.